Now, sisters, please tell me that I did not hear Michael tell his 16-year-old daughter the reason why she can't move with him is because she needs to stay back and help raise her brother. I didn't hear that. Tell me I did not hear this man say that. Oh, okay. I did? Oh, okay. That's what I heard? Oh, okay. Well, let's get into it then. Friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of life after lockup. Y'all like that hour-long life after lockup last week. I appreciate y'all, honey. So, let's just start off with Michael and Justine. They're out eating with two of the kids, child. And, of course, they're sad. They're upset because they're not going to Vegas. So Michael is feeling some guilt, about that. He didn't want to let his family down. Then he gets a phone call from his mama. All right? Now he tells his mama, listen, okay, something done happened. We're not, moving to Vegas. So we're going to be here for a little bit. So the mama said, oh, okay. All right. Well, how about this? Since Justine is having a baby, she's going to need some help. How about me and the kids come down and just spend the whole summer with y'all, and I can help out. Now, Michael, your family, whom you're leaving to go to Vegas, right? You're leaving to go to Vegas. And your family is going to come down for the whole summer. Michael should have said immediately, of course, when are you coming? He says, well, I got to run this by Justine. Why? Why you got to run it by Justine? I get you want to tell Justine, hey, my kids are coming down for the summer and my mama. I mean, I'm not going to be seeing them that often when I'm in Vegas. So Justine comes out and he tells her, and she was like, well, me and your mom, we are on good terms right now, okay? And I get that you want to see your kids, I understand, but where is everyone going to stay? Make room. Make room. See, this is what happens when you have uptight kids. You make room, okay? All right, get an air mattress. Okay? Go down there to good old Walmart, Target, and get an air mattress. Kids love camping out in the living room. Okay? Make room. So, apparently they agreed to it. Okay? And Justine said, we got boxes everywhere, but whatever. So the kids come, the mother comes, and and Justine was like, I'm happy you're here, and Mom's is happy, and, the doctor, was able to squeeze Justine in, because she had already scheduled her C-section, so. Then we have Melody. Melody is Michael's 16-year-old daughter. Real pretty girl. Pretty kids. And so she says, Dad, how about this? How about I move to Vegas with you? Because, see, I want to spend time with you. Because I haven't spent time with you, since I was 10. And Michael had a nerve, a gall, to open his mouth and say, nah, See, you're very close to your younger brother. See, you were there to change your younger brother's diaper, to feed him, to show him love, to show him attention. Something I couldn't, because see, I wasn't here. Okay? I was out here in prison doing a shoe store. I was out here in prison doing other things instead of being a father to my children. I was out here being a whole street pharmacist. But see, what I'm going to need for you to do is to continue to be that father figure that you have been. Okay? See, we need some of that free babysitting. Because see, he's so close to you and attached to you, I'm going to need for you to continue to help raise him. Because see, I ain't going to be here. I'm going to be in Vegas on my rap career. Michael, you sounded afflicted. See, that's what we say in these parts, in these neck of the woods. We use the word afflicted. Do you know what afflicted means, Michael? Foolish. Your daughter is looking at you in your face. Now, she has already cried in your face. She didn't even know you was going to Vegas. Okay, Justine's daughter told her. And now, here she is, literally saying, I want as much time with you as I can. And you know what's going to happen later on, Michael? It's going to be a word called resentment. Google it. Them kids are going to grow up and resent you, if they don't already, the younger ones. They are going to resent you because of the time that they did not spend with you, and you chose to spend it with someone else's children. That Melody, that's not her responsibility to stay anywhere for her younger siblings. That's yours and the mother's. You made it. You made that little boy. Melody didn't. Melody needs to be a 16-year-old girl, not a 16-year-old girl with a child attached to her hip that she didn't make. It is not her responsibility. And you're putting a lot on a 16-year-old child. Yes, I'm sure she loves her brother. Yes, I'm sure she loves the bond that she has with her brother. But she also wants to have a bond with you. What is so hard for that to figure out, Sastas? And you just shut her down. Then he was like, well, what about the mom? What about her? This is when you two have an adult conversation. What y'all think, y'all? What y'all think about that whole conversation with Michael and his daughter? Oh, boy. Let's move on. Boy in Red, the saddest, pathetic couple on this show. Red is at his family's house. I'll get to him in a minute. Joy had the nerve to say, I don't understand why we have trust issues. Joy, you had trust issues when you went out there and you banged 2 or 3 men. You had a baby. You don't know who the daddy is. What do you think Red is going to do? The minute Red stepped out of prison, he couldn't wait to sniff. And he did. And he cheated on you. You don't know that right now, but he did. But there's something lingering in your mind to think, you know what? Something's going on. Even though you done found text messages after text messages after text messages of him and girls, and you want to know why there are, trust issues. Y'all, these two, if anybody thought that these two were going to last, you're eating glue. So Red, he is with his family. He done met up with his homeboy and his homegirl. The homeboy's name is Sticks. Okay? He was down with them in the prison. Now his homegirl's name, these are some co-participants. His homegirl's name was Deja. First of all, Deja, she looked like she could fight. She looked like she will cuss you out. She looked like she wake up mad. You know why? Because she got her little baby hairs down to her eyebrows. That's a clear sign. So anyway, he meets up with them. You know, they're having a good old time. They're talking about Joy. One of them, little D, done hooked Red and Joy up and, you know, all that. Then he talks to his cousin and his sister, and he tells them how everything is going, and then he tells them that he proposed to Joy. And so they were like, oh, you did? You moving a little too fast, aren't you? Aren't you moving a little too fast? But oh no, of course not. Red, you didn't tell your sister or your cousin the cost of the ring. $31.99 from the gift shop. And then tell him that. Oh, okay. See, this is why I know Red ain't serious about nothing. He didn't care nothing about that ring, which means he don't care nothing about that Joy. Joy, come on. And pain, come on. Sunshine and rain, come on now, God's children. Joy, come on. And pain. So, of course, he's telling them, woe me. So he gets back home. Joey had a conversation with the sisters, okay? I'm sure the sisters are tired of Red. I'm sure the sisters are tired of Joey, okay? But they're there to listen. So Joey is looking around the house. What's she looking for, y'all? Oh, his prized possession, the PS5. This grown woman with a child is walking around the house to see if her man took his PS5 because he said that's the only reason why he will come back. Not for her, not for his so-called son, for a gaming system. Not all there. So Red makes it back. Oh, I love you. You know I'm here. You're my boo thing. I'm here for sway. All that bunch of crap. So Joy said, well, you know what? I wrote a journal. You see what I'm talking about with these two? She wrote down things, bullet points of how Red should act during the relationship. 1, trust. 2, whatever. 3, get a job. See, a job should be number 1. See, it should have been a job application in said journal. Red just walking around here ain't even attempting to work. Can't even spell work. He just babysitting, playing that PS5 that you couldn't find. So Red said, okay, well, let me just tell you this. I might as well tell you. When we had our little fight or fuss and I laughed, I cheated. I called somebody and I slept with her. And then here comes Joy. Are you telling me the honest truth? And at that minute, I got up and I made me some Doritos. And then I got me some drink. And I stood in my kitchen, waited till after she cried a little bit, and I stood there and I ate my delicious Doritos because I didn't want to hear it and I didn't want to see it. Let's move on. Chevelle. Chevelle, you should have took those mimosas away from your mama. That's what you should have did. Because, honey, your mama was feeling herself. So, Quay's mom and Chevelle's mom are arguing. They're sitting down, and Quay's sister is sitting there. Now, Chevelle's mama is still running that mouth. Chevelle is at Quay's mom's table. All right? Chevelle's mom is still running her mouth. There's still some banter. Quay's mom is talking about, listen, I don't like this woman, okay? While Chevelle is sitting there. I don't like this woman. Quay don't like this woman. She starts problems while Chevelle is sitting there. Quay's mom is talking about Chevelle's mother. Chevelle's mom is going off. And then she calls, I don't know if it was Quay's mom or Quay's sister, the B word. And it was over. It was over. Quay's sister done got involved. You don't want to mess with me. I'm grown. How dare you? Who do you think you are? You don't talk to me like that. And then here's Chevelle's, Mama Chevelle. It's like, you gonna let her talk to me like that? Talking to Chevelle. You gonna let her talk to your mother like that? Why don't you defend me? That's my daughter. Why you letting them bees talk to me like that? Again, Chevelle is saying nothing. So, of course, more arguing, more screaming. Wigs are getting shifted. People taking off their shoes. Clothes are getting mangled up. People getting held back. All along, when all this was now while all this is going on, do you know who the most mature one was at this whole function? Where's your junction? Do you know who the most mature one was? Malaya. Or Maya. The little girl. The little girl is sitting over there minding her business, hating her family. She's looking at them like, wow, God, here we go again. I just wanted to eat and have some lemonade. And here you are, the grown adults, grandmothers, her mother is sitting there with all this chaos and ruckus, curse words. And this little girl is just sitting there. It's a damn shame that y'all can't act no better than that. When the little girl is showing more poise, okay, and maturity, okay, than you all are. She's the one sitting over there with some type of decorum. The child is. While the adults' wigs done turned lopsided, shoes are run over, mouth dry. So here comes Quaylen. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? So they fussing. They done took, Chevelle out. Chevelle is like, I can't do this. Quaylen said, I definitely ain't gonna do this, okay? We ain't gonna have no wedding if we keep on doing this. Mama Chevelle ain't gonna be invited to said wedding. And this is a mess. Now, while they're outside, they're still inside fussing and fighting, screaming, yelling, cussing. So then Mama Quaylen comes out. Mama Quaylen says, are you okay, Chevelle? And Mama Quaylen says, for my part, I apologize. I'm sorry for how I acted, child. I really am. But your mom just set something in me, okay? We don't get along. We try to get along, but that woman, I just can't do her. But for my part, I do apologize. Now, Mama Quaylen, she owned up to it. She took accountability, and she apologized. And she went on her merry way. So then Chevelle and Quaylen goes inside to talk to Mama Chevelle. And so she was like, Mama, I'm getting married to Quaylen. I know you don't like it, but you're going to have to deal with it. There's nothing you can do about it. We're getting married, and you just can't be screaming and yelling. And so Mama Chevelle wasn't having it. She was like, what about what they said? What about what they said? She said she was going to whoop my butt. And so Chevelle said, you started it. She said, She said, Mama, you started it. And so Quaylen said, that's what I heard. I heard you started it. She said, you wasn't even in here. He said, well, I wasn't in here, but that's what they told me, that you started it. My mama didn't start it. She finished it. But see, you started it. And so Mama Chevelle goes off. She is going off. And so Chevelle said, I'm not doing this. Okay? I can't even talk to you. So she gets up. Quaylen gets up. And they got the little girl. And they leave. Mama Chevelle, you did start this. I'm sorry. You did. You had a little too many mimosas. And yes, we know you don't like Quaylen. And yes, we know that Quaylen done got arrested. And, you know, he was doing his little thing in the hotel room with some girl that was out. I don't know. But this was before that. You are centered on his cheating. Fine. Okay? But if Chevelle is grown and if Chevelle wants to take that leap, then that's on her. That is on her. So what are you going to do at the wedding? Kick Mama Quaylen in the neck? You may not even get invited. And so when everyone was leaving, everybody was like leaving and stuff, she said, I'm so glad y'all came. Child, let's move on. Lindsay and Blain. Alright, so we have Blain. He is just upset. He is crying, snot flying. He said that Lindsay is disrespectful. He said that Lindsay talked to him any kind of way. He said that Lindsay ain't treating him right. Lindsay in the bedroom crying, snot flying. Honey, she was crying like she just got a whooping from her mom. She had one of them deep, hyperventilating cry. Blain said, I love you, Lindsay. I love you. But I can't do this no more, Lindsay. I can't do this. You just talk to me any old kind of way. You treat me like trash. Now, I am trying here. But you telling me that I ain't doing nothing to produce. I get the kids up. I get them ready for school. I make them breakfast every morning. And then here you are telling me I'm above. Lindsay's hair all over her head. She on the bed. She was like, what about what I do, Blain? What about what I do? I never take you for granted. I get what you're doing, but I'm doing so much. And then that Mississippi really came out of Lindsay. And she said, you don't know, never, ever, ever. I said, oh, shit. I said, MISSISSIPPI. Honey, Lindsay was upset. Honey, she said, ever. I said, Lord. So they're going back and forth. And he said, I do want to marry you. I do, but I can't take this. I need the medicinal. I need that ganja. I need that ganja. You don't stress me out. So he leaves fussing and raising all kinds of cane. Alright. So it's time to go wedding dress shopping. And honey, Miley, she ain't for the one or the two. Miley has made it crystal clear. You don't need to marry Blain. You don't need to marry Blain. You don't need to marry Blain. And I'm going to do something that can help you with this decision, mother. So they get to the wedding dress shop. Okay, of course Lindsay is excited. So Lindsay's grandmother is there and Miley. So Lindsay come out into first dress. Crickets. Honey, Miley's on her phone. Her mama says, well, that sure is nice. That's nice. Lindsay said, what y'all think? I love it. What do you think? It's nice. Lindsay said, well, I guess they don't like it. Ain't nobody paying me any type of attention. So Miley waited until Lindsay got in that dressing room to put on another dress, and this was Miley. Did she go in there? Yeah. Gammy, guess what? Hey, Gammy, I love you. Guess what? Blain and Mama done got to fighting. They got to fussing. I told you. I knew it. And guess what? He comes to me and vent. He comes to me and talks trash about Mama. Honey, Gammy said, no, he don't. Sure do. He does me the same way. Shut your mouth. So Molly says that when Blain and Lindsay get into an argument, or when he's just upset with Lindsay, instead of him taking it up with Lindsay, he goes and he vents to a 12 or 13-year-old girl. No, 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 Blain. Absolutely the F not. That is not for you to do. That is not for Molly to even listen to even hear about. Your problems with your fiance, her mother, has nothing to do with Molly. This isn't a grown woman. This is a child. And this child does not need to hear why you mad at her mother. She don't need to hear that. And you don't need to bring it to her. How would you feel if you was dating somebody and their mother came to your son and said, your father ain't shit? Okay, your father is a piece of trash. Your father ain't shit. Your father is a low down dirty dog. He dumb as hell. He lazy. How would that make you feel? That someone is telling your son that about you? Honey, that accent would get real crooked then. And Blain, I want to know something. Why do you talk in cursive? But see, I understand that. Coming from a rural part of Virginia, I understand that. Okay? You up there talking in cursive. So you are dead wrong for doing that. And then come to find out you go to her mama and you go to a homegirl? Absolutely not. First of all, you got a daddy to vent to. You got a homeboy to vent to. Vent to them. Don't vent to a child. And you went to the right one, because if that was my homegirl and you venting to me, it's over. It will be the first and the last time that you do that. I don't even roll like that. I don't have no allegiance to you. My allegiance is to my homegirl, not you, doofus. And if you and Lindsay grow up and get yourself together and have a sit-down, mature conversation, you don't need to go to a child. And Lindsay, it's on you too. Screaming and yelling in front of them babies. Like you ain't got no sense. And then later you got to apologize for it. Ain't y'all tired of saying I'm sorry? Because see, the more time you say it, okay, the kids are going to be like, no, she going to tell me I'm sorry. She just going to say I'm sorry. Which they going to be like, she don't even mean it. She told me I'm sorry 2 hours ago. Grow up. And if Blain is still depressed, and if he needs something, he needs to get on some medicine if the medicinal ganja ain't going to work out. But him talking, venting to a child, oh no, that's an absolutely not. Grow up, both of you. You talking about, Lindsay talking about how much she loved Blain and all this. You proposed to him knowing that you said out your own mouth that he's not contributing to that household. You already proposed to him. So you accepted it, right? Then move on. Both of y'all deserve each other. But I know one thing. You ain't gonna be screaming and yelling in front of Miley. And you don't need to be screaming and yelling in front of the little boy. What's his name? Kagan? Should be ashamed of y'all selves. So Miley, after the other dress, they were just crickets because they didn't say nothing. Well, Gammy did. Gammy said, "Show it nice." But see, meantime, Miley was like, "Listen, okay, I needed to tell my mama because hopefully she won't marry Blain. Miley, I see you. Well played, girl. Well played." So Miley finally told Lindsay. And so Lindsay was like, "When did all this happen?" Miley said, "Well, it happened a couple of days ago, but it's been happening." She said, "What? Was this before I proposed?" And Miley said, "Sure was. It was, Mama." So she looked at the video and, you know, because Miley was like, "Why don't you check the cameras?" And so she said, "I'm too busy, okay? I work and I go to school. I got time to be checking cameras." So Miley said, "Well, you need to check because that's where it is." So she looked at the camera. She seen Blain going off, okay? So, anyway, she gets upset. And she's still in her wedding dress. She don't walk past the owners or the managers of the dress shop. She goes outside barefoot in the dress, screaming and yelling at Blain. Well, she left a voicemail. And the women of the shop said, "Now, I know she did not just go outside with that dress on." Mary Lee, that girl don't walk outside with that dress on, no shoes on. Mary Lee. Yeah, I don't know what the woman's name is, but that woman, she may be a Mary Lee, the owner. Ciao, y'all. Let's move on. Kyrock and Britney. They wasn't arguing, y'all. They were not arguing. They have made it to New York, to the grandmother's house, and Britney got on a one-piece nude catsuit. See, Britney seen Justine get out of the Batmobile that one season in a black suit. So Britney said, "You ain't gonna outdo me, girl. I don't know who you think I am. Let me go ahead and put on this full stocking. This full body stocking." Britney. I ain't gonna say nothing. If you felt comfortable in that one-piece stocking outfit, who am I to say? Who wore it better, y'all? Justine or Britney? The battle of the stockings. The battle of the one piece. So the grandmother seems like there's a, you know. Of course, they meet the grandmother. They are happy. Kyrock brought flowers with the sticker still on the flowers. I said, "Kyrock, why didn't y'all take the stickers off?" But they were beautiful flowers. And of course, Kyrock is talking Spanish and, you know, they are getting to know each other. Other family members are coming in, and then we hear the story. Now, apparently, Britney hated Virginia, okay? So she asked her grandmother, could she come and stay with her or her mom or whatever to New York? And her grandmother was like, "Come on, girl." So Britney goes to New York, thrives in New York, enjoys New York, has a great time in New York. Then her mother says, "You have to come back to Virginia." Britney didn't want to come back to Virginia, okay? Britney wanted to stay with her grandmother, okay? When Britney got back to Virginia, it wasn't the same. That's when Britney, I guess, started to get in trouble. You know, she got arrested. And what got me is when the grandmother said, that when the grandmother would call to talk to Britney or to check in on Britney or just say, hey, where's Britney? Britney's mother would lie and say that she was in college. I'm sorry, what? What? Huh? And so the grandmother, I didn't say it. The grandmother said that Britney's mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what the grandmother said. Said that she is crazy. And so the grandmother here thinking that Britney was in college. Meanwhile, the grandmother didn't know that Britney had been in prison this whole time until 2 to 3 months until when Britney got out. Y'all, there's something going on with Britney's mom and dad. There's something going on there. Okay? I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say what it is, but something is going on there. Okay? But Lord knows, don't be talking about Britney's mama, because you keep her mama's name out your mouth. Anyway, they enjoyed their visit, okay, and they left. I was like, y'all ain't gonna spend the night somewhere? Y'all only staying for a couple of hours? Y'all drove all the way to New York to not spend the night? Very strange. Very strange. But anyway, maybe Kyrock couldn't get an overnight pass. Child, I don't know how that works. So, anyway, that's Britney and Kyrock. Thank God they wasn't arguing. Let's move on. Sarah and Shawn. Hey. Now, Shawn has been in debt since we met him. Shawn has been in debt since he was with Dumpster Fire Destiny. Been in debt. And see, now, he's still in debt. He says that he's about $20K in debt. Because, see, he now wants a second truck. He needs a second truck. Because, see, the first truck is a piece of crap that he has to keep fixing. So he needs a second truck in order to get this business really booming. Because, see, allegedly, he said that you can make $10,000 to $15,000 a month having a tow truck. That may be true if you're in the right area and if you towing the right things. And so he wants Sarah to help with this business. He wants Sarah to learn how to drive that second tow truck. Sarah just had a tummy tuck. Did y'all see those stitches? Excuse me, to my registered nurses, to my nurses, to my doctors out there, if there is any. Did those stitches look right? That, her belly looked like something from a horror movie. I said, oh God, it looked like it hurt. So she wants him, so he wants her to learn how to drive the truck. Why? You got Big Baby there. Big Baby can learn how to drive that truck. I mean, he's graduating college next week. He'll get in that truck. Come on, Daddy. He'll pop that pacifier in his mouth. He ready. Just give him a booster seat. So, they out there at the truck. She's learning how to put cars on the truck and towing it. And then she says, this is the first job I've had since I've been out of prison. This is, technically, this ain't a job. This is you working with your husband. Okay? And we already know what that's going to entail. Nothing. So you mean to tell me you ain't worked any? Get a job, Sarah. You done had your boobs done and you done had a tummy tuck. Even though when they was in the truck, she said they saved up for that. No, Shawn must have had some money saved up because you ain't worked. So y'all done went through y'all's little bit of savings so you can feel good. So your titties wasn't hanging to your knees. So your stomach wasn't hanging to your knees. Y'all are in debt because both of you are in debt. Both of you contributed to that. Again, there's nothing wrong with having plastic surgery, but make sure you can afford it, especially if you're in debt. $20,000, $15,000 in debt, credit card debt. So he gets a call. It's Kelly. She was like, why is she calling? Why is she calling? Oh my God. Gets upset. They get to arguing. Now for a split second, I was on Sarah's side. For a second, I was like, okay, now these kids are grown. Okay? You know, some are in college. Some are in military. And I'm like, no, they are good. They need to, now the ones in college, okay. If they need, like, of course, you know, books, you know, help with tuition, you know, food, I get that. But the ones in the military, these are grown kids. Now the little ones, I understand. So I was like, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. And then Shawn, slew-footed Shawn. He haven't told Sarah that really the reason why Kelly is calling, yes, she wants money, but it's that Shawn has not been paying Kelly for months. Because, see, he used that money to get the tow truck fixed. Oh, God. Shawn, I was with her for a day now. Kelly, keep calling. Keep calling, Kelly. He ain't paid you nothing in months. And then here comes Sarah. Well, you already give her $1,000 a month. 1,000. I mean, at least he's giving that. But what's that when you got what? How many kids is it? Was it 2 or 3 still at home? $1,000 ain't nothing. But he's $20,000 in debt. And then Shawn is a whole liar. But Sarah, so are you. Sarah done called Shawn an idiot. Sarah, you lied to Shawn about Anthony. Okay? You had your mama lie to Shawn about Anthony. And now you fussing about Kelly. It ain't nothing you can say. And you done married a whole ass liar yourself. You deserve each other. A grown man who got a kiddie pool in his living room. That's it, y'all. That's it. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family chat. Okay? And y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.